Yo, what's up with it, y'all? It's JD and I'm back with another quick video. In today's video, I'm gonna be going over 3 ways that you can raise your vibration. So if you're ever in that low state, you ever have kind of some built up negative energy, or you're just kind of in a funk in general. So we're gonna be going over 3 ways that you can raise that vibration, get some positive energy generated. But before we get into the video, if you guys are interested in fitness, health, travel, overall growth content, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell so you can get updated every time I drop new content. I'm just gonna show you guys some views here real quick of where I'm at. Alright, but let's get back into the video. This is my sunset spot out here in Salvador, Bahia. It's right by like this old lighthouse, if you guys can see that up there. But recently, right before I got to Salvador, I was in kind of a little bit of a funk, and I kind of had like some low vibes. Usually I'm somebody who's pretty even keel. I never really get up too high, I never really get down too low. But you know, there's a couple days where it just seemed like, you know, I was just having some tough luck. You know, a couple things happened in my personal life, and then, you know, I went out to go do some filming, went and did some sightseeing out in Rio, and I flew my drone up. Literally 15 seconds after I flew my drone up, it just lost connection completely, never got the drone back. Drone gone, $1,000 down the drain. But, you know, in the grand scheme of things, this is just material things. It doesn't have anything to do with my health. It doesn't have anything to do with my well-being. So, you know, at the end of the day, a drone is, you know, just some material things. You can't really trip off losing material items like that. But, you know, it's still something that kind of gets you down. And, you know, there's a couple other little things here and there, you know, just that happened that kind of brought my spirits down a little bit. But, you know, the other day, something happened and it was like kind of pivotal in terms of just me making a decision that I wanted to get back into that positive mode. I wanted to get back into that high vibration mode. So I did a few different things that kind of helped me raise my vibration and kind of bring me back, so to speak, and get me back on, you know, kind of my normal trajectory, the way I usually live my life, you know. But we're gonna just go over 3 things that you guys can use to raise your vibration, get some positive energy generated, get some positive momentum going if you're down or if you're kind of in that low state. So the first thing that I recommend is movement. I always say movement is medicine. You know, it really doesn't matter what type of movement you're doing. I just recommend that you get out and get some movement. It could be going for a walk, it could be going for a jog, it could be jumping rope, it could be doing calisthenics. You guys know that that's what I love doing. And a shameless plug, if you guys are interested in getting in the best shape of your life, if you guys want to do that through calisthenics, just becoming the best version of yourself in general, go ahead and hit my website. That's Travelsthenix.com. Book a free consultation with me today, and, you know, I can coach you guys up on calisthenics, and, you know, we can just chop it up about life in general. But back to the movement aspect, for me, I like to do all different types of movement. So it could be playing sports, it could be going out playing some basketball. One thing that I'm really trying to work on, something that I'm really honing in on, is trying to improve my mobility. So doing yoga, improving your flexibility, kind of getting into that flow state, you know, doing some breathing techniques while you're doing that. But movement is going to be medicine. I highly recommend that. But doing movement outdoors is something that I even recommend even more. And that kind of brings me into that second thing that I want to talk about, and that's getting out into nature. Now, getting out into nature doesn't mean you need to go on some crazy expedition, going camping in some crazy forest, or, you know, going into the snow or going on some crazy hike. Those things are great. If you guys like doing those things, you can do those as well. But what I mean by getting out in the nature is just getting some fresh air. Maybe you go out to a grassy field, take your shoes off and get grounded. For me, earlier today, I went out to the beach. That's something that I like to do when it comes down to like trying to build up some positivity and get myself into that high vibration state. You know, my mom always says, you know, the salt water heals, and I'm a firm believer in that, because it's something about getting into the ocean that just raises your spirits. It's definitely, the ocean has healing qualities. It's something that you really can't explain. It's something that's kind of more spiritual, But for me, getting into the ocean is something that I highly recommend if you guys live near a beach. If you guys don't live near a beach, say you live near some woods, go into the woods. Just take in that fresh air. You know, the trees give oxygen. You know, the trees is something else that can kind of raise your vibration, and you're breathing in that good air. You know what I mean? That's just something that's going to help you in general. So getting into nature is number 2. Highly recommend it. Actually, before we get off of the subject of getting in nature, one thing that's probably the simplest thing that you can do is just go outside and get some sun. You know, I always like to say when you get sunlight and you're getting that vitamin D, you're pretty much cutting off the middleman. Because for me, every time I'm out in the sun, I get a tremendous amount of energy, and it's a positive energy. You got to look at it like this. Plants get their nutrients from the sun. Animals get their nutrients from the plants. We get our nutrients from animals and plants. So when you just go out and get that direct sunlight, you're cutting out the middleman. So make sure that you guys get out in the sunlight. A lot of times they say that when people are depressed, or I don't even really like to use the word depressed, but when people are in that low state, the sun can do wonders for it, you know, for whatever reason. I don't know. There's probably a scientific reason behind it, but for me personally, it's just something that I've seen in my life, that when I'm out in the sun, I'm out and about, I'm in just a higher state. I'm just in a higher vibration. I'm in a better mood. So get out, get some sunlight, get into nature. That's number 2. Number 3, this is the one that I really wanted to hone in on. Meditation and breath work. So, and just being still. So the other day I came out to this exact same spot. Maybe I was just up the hill a little bit. And that was kind of like the end of when I felt like I was in that temporary low state. And I was really intentional that I wanted to get some meditation in, but also it wasn't just getting some meditation in. That's a pretty vague term. What I wanted to do was put some positive thoughts in my head. A lot of times people think that they're a slave to their thoughts and that they don't really have any control of their thoughts. But if you guys get into that meditative state, you guys can actually take control of your thoughts and actually put some positive thoughts in your head. So the thing that I did, this is something I've never even really done before. I just thought about all the people that I love and I really care about. And I just thought about doing whatever my favorite activity is with them. I just put myself into that place. I was thinking about my mom. Me and my mom love to go out and try new restaurants. So I just thought about being in a new restaurant, just going to a good restaurant with my mom, just seeing a smile on her face. I thought about my dad. Me and my dad love to go to coffee shops. We like to go to the coffee shops, sit down, chill, talk about sports, talk about life, you know, anything like that. So I thought about being in a cafe with my dad. Me and my best friend G, he's got a channel, Success Chasing Series. I'm always going to plug that anytime I bring him up. Check out his channel and go ahead and subscribe. But me and him, we love to, you know, go running together. We always, from the time we were probably teenagers, we always used to go up to Cal Berkeley or maybe go out to a trail called Point Pinole out in the Bay Area, and we used to just go running. And, you know, it was like one of those things where it's kind of like a friendly competition. We'll always be out running, you know, see who can outdo each other. You know, it's always a good feeling to get out and get active, but when you have a workout partner, it makes it even better. So that's something I thought about doing with him. And then I have another homeboy out in Hawaii, my other best friend, Lee. Me and Lee, we always like to, I don't know, it's just something simple. We just always go to the jacuzzi and we'll just be, you know, philosophizing for hours. Then we'll go upstairs into his apartment. His wife usually is sleeping, and we'll just be talking about, you know, all different types of philosophies, all different types of far out ideas for hours and hours and hours, just sitting around, you know what I mean? So I kind of put myself into that space. And then another thing that I thought about is all these people who I love and I care about, I thought about giving them a big hug. You know, I'm thousands of miles away from them, and, you know, I'm on the other side of the planet from these people, but you know, it's something, you know, that you kind of take for granted, is to be able to touch and, you know, embrace your loved ones. So for me, when I was in that meditative state, I put myself in a situation, I thought about giving all these people a hug. I thought about giving my sister a hug. I thought about giving my mom and pops a hug. I thought about giving my close friends a hug. So, you know, these are just positive things that you can put into your own thought process. And, you know, I was meditating probably for a good, you know, 10 to 15 minutes when I did this. And, you know, when I came out of that meditative state, you know, it was right around sunset, right around this time. And after that, it was almost like, you know, a bunch of, you know, BS negativity was just lifted off of me. So, you know, like I said, guys, I pretty much just wanted to make this video because I know we all go through these low times. Sometimes they end up lasting a little bit longer than we want, but we do have the power to change our vibration. We do have the power to lift our spirits. We do have the power to generate positive energy. So these are 3 things that I like to use to generate positive energy. If you guys have any suggestions, please leave those in the comment section, because, you know, I view my channel as like a community, and it's a community of people who are trying to grow. So if you guys have suggestions, you guys have things that you do to raise your vibration, to raise your energy, please leave that in the comment section. I can learn from it. Everybody else who watches this video can learn from it as well. Again, if you guys would like to book a free consultation with me, go ahead and hit my website. That's travelsthenix.com. Book a free consultation. We can map out a blueprint for you to get in the best shape of your life, become the best version of yourself. Thank you guys for watching the video. I hope everybody's having a great day. I'll holla at you guys later. Peace.